Yo, what's good YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Pav back at you again with another reaction video for you guys. Man, yo, Pav TV fam, I hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing good, but we're back again today with another video from the Tommee Profitt little series that he does where he's showing us how he makes the tracks. You know what I'm saying? So we got this time around how I made Clouds, obviously by NF. We dropped the reaction for NF, I think it was yesterday or the day before. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check that one out. It was a nice reaction. I'd enjoyed doing it. A lot of the guys in the comment section were saying they enjoyed the video too. Shout out to everyone who commented down below on that video. But yo, before we get into this one, guys, subscribe to the channel, support your boy, like the video, comment down below. Every like, every comment goes a long way to help the video, you know what I'm saying, and help the channel as well. But yo, we got How I Made Clouds by NF. Tommee Profitt's going to walk us through this one. Obviously, as someone who's been in production and was in production for a while, I love doing this video. One of my favorite videos that I have done was the one on how he made the search. Like I say, if you ain't seen that one too, go and check that one out as well. But I love getting the little insights on how he makes the actual beats because that's super interesting for me. But without further ado, let's get it.
Hey, it's Tommee Profitt. I'm going to show you how I made Clouds by NF. There's so many layers, I don't even know where to start. All right, so I started with...
Facts. I mean, facts. When you go into making a beat, this is very true. A lot of the time, I don't know what Tommy's thought process is directly when he's making a song, but I'm guessing from the search when I watched him make that one, you have so many different layers. And a lot of the time, a lot of these ideas and layers are just jumping around in your head. You know what I'm saying? Different sounds, different melodies, different riffs, all that kind of stuff is just jumbling around in your head. And you think this instrument would be nice for that bit there. That instrument would be nice for this. Oh, and then you start coming up with a beat, or it might be the other way around. You might think of the beat first, and then you start thinking that snare or that kick or that hi-hat or whatever instrument it might be. It starts going and you start thinking that will sound good, that will sound... I know exactly what he's talking about. You have so many different layers, so many different tracks, so many, and it can be very confusing. And there's a lot of messing around to do with the whole production process before you can actually feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But yo, let's go.
With this simple melody with the pizzicato string from
He loves the pizzicatos, man.
And then combined it with Spitfire LCO strings library to give it some grit. And then, of course, a big fat bass spiccato string on the downbeat, as is typical in NF beats. And then, as it progresses, I added a ukulele. And then to make...
See that bit there where he said about the heavy pizzicato to end a certain part? That works really well with NF because the way NF builds up and comes down off the energy of what he's actually saying on a track, that works very well because that adds as an ending to a certain section of the song. So when you get that heavy hit there, it adds like to an ending. So, or it can also be a beginning. So when you get that ending there, it allows then NF to then flip the energy in whichever way he wants. So that's why a lot of the songs, the energy can go up a lot and then the energy can come down very suddenly because of that production style. So it almost adds like a cut-off section to then enable NF to then be able to come into what he does best and flip the energy on a track. All right, let's go.
And then as it progresses, I added a ukulele. And then to make it build even more, I added 4 more pizzicato strings from different libraries, so it added different characters for each one.
Okay.
And I added 3 really low, crunchy bass stabs that end right on the snare. Next, I found this super...
Ooh, just hearing that feels disgusting, bro. That shit's disgusting. Hold on, let me hear that again.
Bass stabs that end right on the snare. Next, I found this
I like that
vocal sample in Arcade. And I punished...
Yo, Arcade is getting super popular, man. That plugin there is getting super popular. When I first started seeing it advertised, I thought to myself, maybe it's just another one of these plugins because I haven't produced anything for quite some time. I still play my keyboard, but I haven't done anything for a while, so I wasn't really familiar with Arcade when it came out. So I just thought it was one of these just like whatever plugins, you know what I'm saying? But if Tommy's using it, then to me, that feels like a cosign. Do you know what I'm saying?
Next, I found this super dope vocal sample in Arcade, and I punished it with effects. Then I went back to strings and started.
Oh, do you see what I'm saying? Like, you could take such a simple sound, and then with the use of effects, I mean, I saw like 3-4 different effects on that screen where you could just completely flip the entire way the way it sounds. You know what I'm saying? The thing with production is that whenever you start off with your bass beat, bass sounds, bass melodies, everything, it will almost always practically never sound good. And the main reason for that, where production has advanced so much over the years, like back in the day, you could make a beat and just use everything that's just bass instruments, everything just as they are, and it would sound okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Depending on how good you was at using whichever software you was using, it would sound okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Or sound borderline good. But it isn't really until all these effects start coming in, these different plugins where you can change the effect, add effects, change how a certain instrument sounds, change the way a melody sounds, all the instruments and stuff like that. That's when things started sounding really polished. You know what I'm saying? So even you can even tell the difference between the beats that we're going to be hearing now and from the search towards what you heard on like the Mansion album. Do you know what I'm saying? You can already see that advance, and that's only been like what, 4 or 5 years. Do you know what I'm saying?
We're adding some more bass hits, more cello spiccatos.
He loves
then I added
them.
5 different violin sound libraries with various staccato, spiccato, and harmonic patches.
See what I'm saying? You're never using just one instrument because it will almost never sound the way you intend it to. That's where you start adding different instruments in to give it different layers. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting the best out of each instrument, and then it goes into one thing and it sounds perfect. Do you know what I'm saying?
5 different violin sound libraries with various staccato, spiccato, and harmonic patches. And then I added brass. And then I added more strings. Can't forget the tubular bell. The cherry on top is the long violins. And the choir.
I mean, let's face it, would it be a Tommee Profitt beat without a choir in there? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the pizzicatos and the violins and the kind of that stuff there, and the choirs, the strings, that is all like the foundation of what I feel is Tommee Profitt. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like a Tommee Profitt beat unless it has these elements to it. Do you know what I'm saying?
And the choir. There's no way this is all gonna fit on one video. So when it comes to vocals, typically in one song, NF will go from this,
feel myself evolving,
to this,
slowing me down, impossible.
So lots of compression is your friend. It's a good idea to put the soft vocals and the loud vocals on 2 separate tracks so you can mix them differently. Add trailer effects and drums and NF himself, and then you have the first minute and a half of it.
Right, so the sound compression there is very key, especially because like he said there, NF can go from soft vocals to just literally screaming down the mic, and that's where the sound compression, because the sound compression will keep it within a tolerated decibel level, so it doesn't crack the mic, or so it doesn't break through, so you get that really you get that cutting effect. So it keeps it compressed so it doesn't sound overly loud above everything else.
Soft vocals and the loud vocals on 2 separate tracks so you can mix them differently. Add trailer effects and drums and NF himself,
Of
and
course.
then you have the first minute and a half of the song.
Bro, that's fire, man. That is fire, man. For me personally, I find these are my favorite videos to do. Do you know what I'm saying? I love seeing the insight of music production, to see what the producer's thought process was, how they came about doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? How it starts off with a certain instrument and then you add more to give it that, to give it more spice. Do you know what I'm saying? Give it more edge, give it more flavor. Do you know what I'm saying? But yo, that was fire, man. That was fire. Do you know what I'm saying? To see Tommee Profitt making it it's super interesting, and I know a lot of you guys that are into the beats also will also appreciate a video like this. If there's any other type of videos like this that you guys might want to see me do, if there's like if you have like a favorite song by someone or something like that, and there's like a behind the scenes, because I do that too. Like if I'm bumping a few tracks that I would say are like my sort of current favorites, I do a lot of like behind the scenes looking into it. Like if there's a music video, I'll go and see if there's a behind the scenes on the music video to see how the music video was done and stuff like that. Or if there's a production thing like Kill Shot, I was bumping Kill Shot for a hell of a long time by Eminem. So I went and looked at like the behind the scenes stuff, and then a video came out on how Illa the producer started so how he came around making the beat and stuff like that. So that stuff is super interesting for me. So if there's anything like that that you guys might want to see me check out on like your favorite songs, let me know, and we can do that. Job say. But yo, that was your boy Pav with that one. If you enjoyed the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, support your boy Job say. Until I see you on the next one, guys, laters.